Hello, my name is Yuri. I am PhD student of St. Petersburg State University, and I would like to present to you our report about our migration stopovers of swans in the Neva Bay of the Gulf of Finland. The Gulf of Finland is one of the key migratory stopover areas for birds migrating along the White Sea-Baltic Flyway. The coast of shallow waters of the Gulf are of great importance for swans during the migration period, as birds feed within them with various species of submerged vegetation and restore their energy resources which they need in order to get to nesting or wintering grounds. Our study is focused on sites located in the Neva Bay of the Gulf of Finland. Aim of research: study the dynamics of a number of birds and their distribution within the Neva Bay during the spring migration. Tasks: determine the number of birds at each site in different areas of observation, analyze the distribution of birds within the water area, and comparison of the number of swans in reclaimed areas and in traditional areas. Mikhailov and merits. In the course of the study, observations were made at 16 migration sites located in the Neva Bay of the Gulf of Finland in 2018 year to 2021 year. Spotting scopes and field glasses were used in the process. Observations were made along the coasts. During the observations, all individuals of 3 species of swans as well as their behavior were taken into account. At 3 sites near the alluvial areas and at 1 traditional site, geobotanical grounds were established to describe underwater vegetation. Traditional and reclaimed sites or stopovers. Traditional sites coast of shallow waters with a large amount of above water and submerged vegetation. Reclaimed sites coast of shallow waters devoid or practically devoid of immersed vegetation and with varying amounts of submerged vegetation located near alluvial areas. Traditional sites of northern coast of Neva Bay, reclaimed sites, sea facet. This slide shows the places of bird counts in the period from 2018 to 2021 year. Most of the sites were selected because birds were observed on them before 2018 year. Some new sites, such as Sea Facade, Gazprom Arena, Park Freefurnace-Letia, Dekobistov Island, and Kananersky Island, were chosen due to the fact that since 2018 year, birds have begun to gradually reappear in these areas compared to 1975 year, when this part of the city was natural shallow water and was not built up. This slide shows reclaimed and traditional sites. The history of the study of swans in the Neva Bay. In the spring of 1975 year, 3 species of swans were observed in shallow coastal waters. It should be noted that in those days there were no alluvial areas and these sites were traditional, with a large amount of above water and underwater vegetation. Historic sites of stopovers. The current number of birds. The maximum number at all stopovers during 2018 year to 2021 year. The slide shows the variation in the total number at all sites for each year. For example, the total number of beaver swan at all stopovers in 2018 year was 135 individuals. In 2020 year, 561 individuals. The maximum number at all stopovers during 2018 to 2021 year. These graphs show number of Bewick swan, whooper swan, and mute swan for period of observations. This map shows the places of migratory stopovers where more than 100 birds were observed. This number included 2 traditional sites and 2 sites formed near alluvial areas. This slide shows the maximum numbers of Bewick swan in traditional sites and sites near reclaimment in the period of observations. The graphs show an increase in the number of the Bewick swan near the reclaimment sites. This slide shows the maximum numbers of whooper swan in traditional sites and sites near reclaimed areas in the period of observations. The number of whooper swan in the reclaimed areas has increased insignificantly. The number of mute swan was higher in traditional areas, which is apparently due to the peculiarities of its nesting. In St. Petersburg and the Leningrad region, swans feed mainly in the coastal shallow waters of the Gulf of Finland, including the Neva Bay, and are less common on agricultural lands. Possible reasons for the decline: start of work on the creation of reclaimed territories, artificially created territory, its increase in water turbidity, and destruction of forage, different species of podweed. This photo of Sierra Facade and Lacta Center. This slide shows only one example of reclamation in 2009 year that affected the numbers at the Lacta origin site. The number of birds in this area has recovered from 35 individuals of Bewick swan in 2009 year to 122 individuals in 2020 year. The number of whooper swan in this area hasn't changed significantly. In other areas near the alluvial areas, the number of birds wasn't monitored so accurately during the war, but the first birds were found there in 2018 year, a few years after they were completed. In the course of the study, geobotanical descriptions were carried out on one traditional site and 3 sites near the alluvial territories. The following plant species have been formed. Apparently, in shallow waters near the alluvial territories, a high projective cover of peace-leaf pondweed was noted. Haralga and low projective cover of penweeds were noted on traditional sites. The number of swans near alluvial territories continues to grow. The following factors are hypotheses: its sandy soil, shallow depth, early ice melt, the presence of submerged vegetation, and low turbidity. Mute swan. Apparently, the number of mute swan nesting in the Neva Bay of the Gulf of Finland will continue to grow. We plan to conduct fire monitoring in order to identify new nests and move the species to the east. It is also worth noting the increase in the number of birds at migratory sites compared to 1975 year, which is most likely due to a general increase in the number of species in the Gulf of Finland. Given the growth of the city, there is a possibility of the emergence of new reclamation territories near Vasilyevsky Island. It is important to fire monitoring the number of birds, since the Neva Bay is an important place for restoration of the energy resources. Conclusions. There is a tendency towards an increase in the number of birds in shallow waters near reclaimed territories. An increase in the number of birds in new areas near reclaimed territories can be associated with a complex of factors. The presence of pierced-leaved pondweed, shallow water deep, soft sandy soil. The time of the ice melt is of a great importance. In reclaimed areas, mostly open water forms faster. The appearance of swans nesting in Neva Bay has been observed in recent years. Despite the increasing area of alluvial territories, swans can adapt to new conditions with a combination of certain factors, including an abundant food supply. Literature. At this photo, mute swan with subadult birds. We would like to thank Mary Tutova, Sergei Kukuyev, Andrei Gulivanov, and Sergei Tsipakov for provided photos of birds. Thanks for your attention.